Hello, everyone. This is Mr. OG here. Mr. Anthony, can we first of all share the link, please?
Yep.
Are you in? Yeah. Let's share the link first because we've got students who just came into the class now that want to come in. So it's good for them to come into the class, come in for this session. Okay. Hello, everyone. We are back again. Anthony, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. Oh God. Yes.
Yeah. We are back live. I think we should share the link first of all. So I don't know if you can share the link because I don't want to leave this page.
For me, it's gonna be. I don't even know have the link though.
No. It's just to go to YouTube and share it on YouTube.
Oh, so I go to YouTube,
So go to our channel on YouTube.
Okay.
And then share it on YouTube. Because it's important for them to hear this and hear you talk about it because you are the champion.
I don't know about that one, but yeah.
Your video is paused.
Because
okay, while you're doing that, let me change the brand. Yeah, and hello, Mr. Anthony, are you there? Hello, you've gone off.
Zoology, I'm here. I don't know if I can be seen.
Yeah, you can be seen very well.
Okay, I've shared it on the platforms.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. This is a very interesting topic.
Yes.
Difference between a Scrum Master and a project manager. Very, very important.
Yes, very, very important.
Sometimes people can confuse both of them.
And
it's
interesting because
go on. No, go on.
I was saying that this lady just called that she has an interview.
Okay.
And she's going for a Scrum Master role, but they're asking her project management questions.
You see?
And I just remember that we put some students onto the 3 months work experience, and there are some of them are Scrum Masters, and they're asking, why are we with project managers? I said, okay.
Yeah.
When you get into the real world, you know why we have put you and combined you. Yeah. So,
because sometimes people don't really understand why we do what we do. And as a student, when you start questioning why you're being taught a particular area or why you're working with others, it becomes an issue.
Yes.
Because it's better for you to understand what everyone in your group is doing. It will help you a lot. One of the things I think one of the things I'm blessed with is that I've been able to know the different things that everyone is doing in my area of specialty. Everything. So whatever you're discussing, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it helps a lot. But it depends. Well, let's get on the topic of today. You can do the introduction and just fire on Mr. Anthony.
Yeah. So as usual, this is CEDA Pro. We are a training organization. We train individuals, groups, and organizations. And I always like to say individuals like yourself, And what we do is we train you to become employable, successful, and more importantly, achieve your career and financial objectives. We are not theorists, like we constantly repeat. We are practitioners. So we are in the industry. And so our training programs really have a lot of depth and practicality to it that anybody that is on will testify that they are, the training is very succinct and more detailed, and it's based on experience, not just, a book that we read somewhere we're sharing with you. Today's topic is the difference between Scrum Master and Project Manager. What exactly is the key role of a Scrum Master and a Project Manager, and how do we now sort of look at the differences? So, we're going to go straight into it. A Project Manager is, I think it's important for us to define a project, right? I think that's probably the place for it. Mr. Oji, some time ago, if you remember, you shared with us that projects are vehicles of change. So if there's any change that is coming in, we capture it through a project. A project is basically an endeavor or an activity that we use to actually bring about that change. And projects typically have a temporal nature to it. They have a scope and they have a time. They have a budget and then also a quality standard, what we call the triple constraint. So it's a temporary activity, temporary endeavor to achieve a specific goal. And that goal would have its own scope, so the defined elements or specification that we need to follow. And then it will also have a budget that we have to work with and a time frame, and then a quality or KPI, key performance indicators or metrics that we need to achieve. Quality standards, as it were. So that's what a project is. We're bringing about change. There's a problem, we're trying to solve it, and we need a solution to it, and we create a project. Or there's a desire, we're trying to achieve that, we create a project to go after it. So typical example is to cook for 5 people. It's a project, The problem is we need to be able to accommodate and get people in here to have great time, and we need to make sure that when they come, they eat and stuff. What that means is we need somebody that is going to manage it, that's going to ensure that from the beginning to the end, we have, we are on top of things. We are managing the scope. We're doing what is expected of us. We know what we are doing. We know when we are supposed to do it. We know how we're supposed to do it. We know who's supposed to do what. We know where things are supposed to be done. And all of these things, somebody has to be in control of that. So we created something called, we didn't create it, but it's been in existence for as long as projects have been in existence, which is a project life cycle. So from the beginning to the end, there are stages that we follow sequentially in order to arrive at the goal that we are actually trying to achieve. The project life cycle for a project has, in some cases, 4 stages, some cases 5, depending on which one you're looking at. And it's just initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and then finally closure. So a project manager is somebody that manages this whole processes or these whole stages. And every stage, you would have different types of activities. So in initiation phase, we are defining the vision. We are defining what exactly are we trying to do. This is where we are having engagements to understand the why for the project, the basis why we need to do it. And then, of course, we are looking at things, initial conversations about budget and initial conversations about, what is expected of us. Then you go to the planning phase, which is where we're putting together a plan, a template on how long it's going to take us to do it, who's responsible for what, some idea of execution schedule that we need to achieve what we need to do. Then you go to the implementation or the execution phase. Now we have a plan. We start putting into practice. This person comes here. This person does that. This person does this. This person does that. And we are doing those things. You are now physically beginning to see some things. Then we now go into the element of monitoring. So people start acting and doing things. As a manager, you need to go on site. You need to go onto your board. You need to go onto your system, softwares, and just track. We're doing a session today on burn down charts as a tracker that helps Scrum Masters to be able to manage the flow of work and get an idea of where things are and what people are doing. So that whole element is being done. Then once it's completed, you move on to the closure phase. And then, so a project manager is basically someone who manages the development and delivery of a project, and they follow the life cycle, and they ensure that things are done within scope, according to the budget, according to the quality expectations or specifications, and then also within the time frame that has been set. And they collaborate with so many different people. But fundamentally, a project manager is a leader. They lead from the front. They tell people this is what you're supposed to do, and they seek reports and all that stuff to come back. That is really the place of a project manager. There's some sound. Is it intentional?
Let me stop. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. So a project manager does that. The project manager has the mindset of a director.
You know the thing is this, Sometimes people will say project management, project manager.
Yes.
Project management is a career.
Yes.
Project manager is a role.
Yes. Yes. Good. Very, very clear. Very, very, very. I think you've given the best. Project management is not the same as a project manager. One is a role, one is a career, one is but sometimes we use it interchangeably without realizing that we are communicating something completely different. Yeah. So thank you for that. So project manager, this is what you focus on. Then you now go into Scrum Master. Now, I think before we go into Scrum Master, we just need to talk about the fact that Scrum Master really came into the effect of as a result of what you call project methodologies. Now, their understanding is not every project is the same. Different projects require different methods of delivery, different ways of doing things. Okay. And the key to understand here is that we had what we call a waterfall approach to delivering things. We did things in a sequential way. You finish one, like a project life cycle, you finish one, you go to the next stage, then the next stage, and the next stage. So once is completed, we go to the next thing. But that had its own problems. One of the problems was you have to wait till you finish one step or the whole thing before you can actually review it and give some sort of feedback. And then the second thing was you have to also, acknowledge the fact that if you change anything at any particular time, you have to go back to the beginning, the drawing board, because we have to complete the planning stage and the initiation stage before we will start. That whole element has gone in probably for months. Now you're coming in with one simple change. It looks simple, but it's going to affect a lot of things. So changes to scope was always problematic. Then the final thing was there's a lot of time that is invested in planning, especially in these projects. So the biggest thing that happened was you saw a transition from waterfall to what we call iterative, and then finally to agile. And agile sort of solved all these problems. We could get feedback immediately through our sprint reviews and then the whole element of sprint. We could also be able to avoid any sort of misunderstanding when it comes to changes in scope. We can accommodate changes in scope and we don't have to spend time planning. So when that came in, agile now necessitated a different kind of project manager. That project manager is called a Scrum Master because they are managing the Scrum. The Scrum is what they manage, right? And the Scrum is basically a type of agile methodology that is time bound. So we give ourselves, say, 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 month, 3 weeks, and we deliver a specific feature or a specific what we call increment or minimum viable product or something that we need to deliver that is of value to the stakeholders. The Scrum Master now has that capacity to manage it. And the Scrum Master is almost like a project manager, but they think a little bit different.
Yeah.
They are working with different sets of people, so they have to accommodate a different culture. And the culture is this. You're working with self-organizing people, number one. Number two, you are not a subject matter expert as a Scrum Master. And number three, these are people that you don't need to tell them what to do. They collaborate together. You work together with them too much. Yes.
Let's go back to one word. One word you said now. You don't have to be what is subject matter
expert.
Throw more subject matter expert. Throw more light on that, please.
Okay, Mr. Oji. So with Scrum Master, the idea is that you're not a developer.
Good.
You are neither a developer, neither are you an architect, a software architect, or you are not somebody that needs to have a lot of technical knowledge. You need to be able to relate a lot more on your interpersonal skills, a lot more on your relational skills and your communication skills. Now, do you need some basic understanding of, say, software elements, Agile, Scrum? Yes. And that's something that at Cedar Pro, we provided for you and we train you. But you don't need to have language, programming language knowledge to a degree that you can have a conversation with them about all the various, task things that are very technical. No, you just, because you are a facilitator, a leader, and a coach. You're somebody that allows people to have an environment where they can thrive and just remove any sort of blockade so that they can express themselves.
So in other words, sorry, Mr. Anthony, in other words, when somebody is focusing on being a Scrum Master, what you teach them is what they should focus on.
Exactly.
They should forget about the technicality that is involved in the role.
Yes. You will pick up some technicalities when you gain the experience, but that is not the core of a Scrum Master. It's exactly what it is, a Scrum Master. And the master here is really the word servant. Scrum leader. You are a servant leader, somebody that is coming here to coach, to facilitate, and to serve the team. The team is going to be at your beck and call for, hey, we are having this problem. Can you remove that problem for us? Then you remove it. They don't need you to know what they are doing. They are self-organizing. They know what they are doing. They are trustworthy. You as a Scrum Master have to create an environment of openness, accountability, trustworthiness, a culture where people can just feel like they are, they can do the work that they need to do. Now,
and Scrum,
yes.
Sorry, and Scrum is a term that is used in agile environment.
Exactly.
So the Scrum Master is like a servant leader in an agile project.
Exactly.
And an agile project is a project that goes through, that involves a sprint.
Exactly. Yes.
So, and the sprint can be between 1 week or 2 weeks to 4 weeks.
That's it.
So we don't need to know that. We don't need to say we are developers.
No.
We don't need to know how to write the code.
No.
So why is it that people are not getting in?
They are imposter syndrome. They are giving themselves the belief that they can't do it.
Now I understand. Because it's so easy.
It's very simple.
Is a term that is used in an agile project. Agile environment.
Yeah.
An agile project is a project that will have a sprint.
That's it.
And a sprint is like a regular meeting that is held just to discuss about the project.
Yes.
There will be backlog, there will be retrospective, there will be daily Scrum.
Stand-ups, yeah. There will be review. Yeah.
So it's just understanding how this term flows.
That's it.
And then the Scrum Master will need to have some interpersonal skills, ability to communicate, ability to work with the team, ability to make the teams work together.
Yeah.
So you don't need to know how to code.
No. Far from it. You don't even need to know how a software is built from from top bottom. No. You just need to have clarity on what exactly is expected of you as a Scrum Master. Once you know how to facilitate events, how to send in reports, how to relate with your team, and how to coach them because you're trying to create an environment that is productive and effective. That's really what your goal is, to create an enabling environment where people can be the best of themselves.
Okay, Mr. Anthony, just a question. How long do you think it would take for somebody who has never worked in an IT environment? Let's just assume this person is a teacher or a nurse or even a medical doctor. Want to change career from that line straight into this line. How long do you think it will take the person to get through?
With our program, I sincerely believe that anybody that will apply themselves within 5 to 6 weeks, they should be ready to start applying for Scrum roles.
5 to 6 weeks, which
It's
is just
literally,
like
you're talking about, a month and a half. Within a month and 2, you should be ready. Now, we do offer 3 months of work experience, but what we tell our students is within 6 weeks, you should start applying. And then in the background, you are doing the practicals. But fundamentally, within a month and a half, you should be if you've been through a CEDA Pro program, 100%, you are definitely in a position to apply. I mean, we just finished a Scrum Master class, and fundamentally, the students are confessing that with this, they are in a position to actually go out there.
So why is it that people are not taking advantage of it?
It's just fear. Yeah. Fear, and then also sometimes one thing I've also noticed, and this is something that our students will also say, is that the type of training that you get also will determine your confidence level. There's a young girl that we are you know her, Mr. Oji, that we are mentoring, and she made a remark that she didn't want to do business analysis just because she met somebody that trained her in a way that she didn't understand. So it's just because of the wrong training, they've just told themselves that they don't want to do this anymore.
Sure.
And it comes down to that. It comes down to that.
So the person who trains you and where you get to training matters a lot then.
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely.
But what's the thing that sets CEDA Pro apart? Why you? Why me? What sets us apart?
I think it's because we are practitioners. There's a level of understanding that you have when, for example, Mr. Oji, when you are talking, you are not really teaching people based on something you read, even though a lot of your information is coming from a book. You make a lot of emphasis on the project that you are working on, and these are the issues, because you give evidence-based understanding or training.
Yeah.
Now, if you are not doing these projects, you can't, no matter how you do it, you can't necessarily. You can't say, you just be telling us what you read on the book.
You're very correct.
So it's that understanding that we are doing it. It's not even that we did it. We have contracts that we are working on an ongoing basis. So it's very easy for us to pull from those experiences on a day-to-day basis and bring it and teach and train the people. I remember when I was in uni, when the lecturer taught us something, there's a way we understood it versus when somebody that is in the business world comes in and teaches us business. They are not the same. They are teaching us business. But when the guy that is doing it is talking, you just know that your lecturer needs to go and do business before they come and teach you.
And the thing about the lecturers is this. I remember when I did my first degree, the lecturer was giving an example of a cup. He said, I went to a site, this. I almost drank with this cup, not knowing that this cup, something. One lecturer said it in 2011. In 2015, another person was saying the same thing again. And I said, he was telling us how he went somewhere, almost drank with the, I just said, no, that's not true. Because his own thought is that there is nobody in the 2011 class that will be in this class doing masters again.
Yes.
No, this guy is lying. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this: most trainers, they train you based on what they've been doing over the years.
Yes. They're not still in the field.
Yeah, they are not in the field. And the thing about it is that when you're not in the field, what you'll be doing is that you'll be using head knowledge to teach people.
Yes.
Not the practical knowledge. If, for example, like I went somewhere today, had a meeting with a client, we discussed, know things, and if I'm telling you how I was able to help things get on track, it's relevant to now.
Yes.
I'm going to be repeating the same thing I said to somebody years before, and then that person again. 3 weeks ago, I was taking one of the classes, and I said, I think just 2 weeks ago, I said, I saw somebody's CV in church. I said, I just looked at it and said, no, this CV won't take you anywhere. we've got to change it right now. It was in church, we were standing. So I went straight, took the phone, we changed everything right there. She got a job yesterday.
That's it. That's it.
And I said, you need to change this, change that, change that. She said, oh, you know, the husband was there. And the husband said, oh, I've told her before this. He said, oh, you know, it's like they were going to have like an argument. I said, hey, relax. Let's do this thing now. And we did it. I said, call me in the evening when we get home. I got home, she called me and I put it back, told her everything she needed to do. She put it on there. That's it. She got a job yesterday.
That's it. And this is the reality.
Yeah, the amazing thing about it is this. She's never worked for the past 4 or 5 years.
There you go.
She's been a stay-at-home mom. Just, you know, she's got kids that she's been looking after. This is her first job in UK, and is a very good paying job with a nice organization. It's a good career that she started. So the reason why
and I'm saying that this is because they are coming to somebody who has sat on interview panels for years, recruited people, understands the thinking of a recruitment center and a recruitment personnel. You know, so when you're giving those things, you are sharing from experience. You are not giving them a CV review 101 from one book there.
No.
And that makes a big difference.
It does. We've drafted interview questions. We've interviewed people for jobs. We've looked at body language. We've done coaching. We've done mentoring. We've done training. We've looked at CVs. We've helped people with their CVs. The thing about it is this, what I always tell people, the person who is interviewing you is just on the other side of the table. One day you're going to be on that same side.
Yes.
Better for you to go for the interview and not know all the questions they're going to ask you, and maybe you didn't get it. Then you prepare for the next one.
Exactly.
And just go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's it. I just told one of the students now. He said, oh, you know, he called me last week. He said, oh, I can't go for this interview. I don't feel I'm good enough. I said, who told you are not good enough? You are the one saying you're not good enough. The people don't even know you. And until a recruiter now called, she was telling me about herself today. Said the recruiter called and said, they said they've interviewed everybody, you're the best. They're just going to do one more interview and take you in. Now, it took the recruiter time to convince her that she's the best. And she called me and said, Mr. Oji, thank you so much. I said, why giving up? It's just a job.
Yes.
It's either you get it or you don't get it. Now you heard from the recruiter that they want to give you the final interview so that they can bring you in. She said, yes. I said, that's how it is. Anyone watching us out there, we are CEDA Pro, you know, CEDA Professional. We train people and we give you the opportunity to be the best of you.
Yes.
Don't ever look back. Don't ever think of the past. Don't ever think of past failure. The person who looked back became a salt. And she's
it's still there. We can go and see it.
Even when they were trying to tell her, listen, forget this thing. Her mind was, I need to just let me look back one more time. And that one more time was the last time. Don't ever look back. Don't ever think, because don't ever think of the past. You know?
You just struck a chord for me right now. Oh God.
Yeah. Because the person who looked back became a salt. And she's of no value. We just know that she looked back and then the next thing she knew, the pile of salt was there. So don't look back. Don't ever think that you can't do it. You can do it. You can do it. You see, we've got somebody we are mentoring now, and it took us a while. We left everything about the training just to see how we can tell her that, you know what, you're good enough. Yes. You're good enough. You are the best of you. You need to look at that. You are the best of you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do it. People are switching from careers that they never expected, and they are just moving in. You're not different.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. Guys, our CEDA Pro PMBA Project Manager and Business Analyst classes are ongoing. We're going to have release another date. I was thinking about it, maybe on the 19th, we'll probably start the next class. But then Christmas period is coming in. But yeah, we'll start it and then go on holidays for some time and come back and continue. So 19th of December, PMBA class is starting. Scrum Master class is also going to start probably around that time. Product Owner class is going to start around that time. Our business class is also going to start probably around that time. So get ready. 19th, if you're interested, get in contact with us. 19th of December, around that time, a lot of our programs will be resuming. So, we have a little bit of work to do in the background, but we'll be doing those things to make sure that you get the best from us. Project Manager, Business Analyst, Scrum Master. Guys, Project Manager, like I said, you're looking primarily at the project lifecycle. Scrum Master, fundamentally, you are looking at the agile methodology and how you can coach your team to actually become productive and effective in a self-organizing way. So there's a lot to learn. If you want to know more, get in contact with us. Our Scrum Master program, we can put you on. And then also our Project Manager and Business Analyst program.
That's it.
Thank you.
Now, if you want to take advantage of the discount that we have, I want you to quote Facebook 50%. Facebook 50% means that you're getting 50% of everything that's going on. The product owner classes currently is ongoing. Registration is currently ongoing for all the classes. Now, I want to quickly say this about the business class. Now, the business class, we came up with the concept, so many things. People want to get into the six-figure without really going through. Not everybody's cut out for project manager, business analysis roles, Scrum Master. Some people say, you know what, I just want to learn about I want to learn about online business so that I can get into that six-figure level. And then in that business class, we take them. It's quite intense. It's going to be, a very intensive class, 2 weeks training, but about 8 hours of intensive 2 weeks training. And after that, you have your own e-commerce website that we're going to set up for you for free. Set up the e-commerce website for you for free, and they will mentor you towards achieving what you need to achieve. So go for it, take advantage of it. And Mr. Anthony, one last word before we close the recording.
Guys, there's a lot of opportunities in PM and also Scrum Master. So get in contact with us. We can help you and position you in a place where you can be successful. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.
Take care then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.